Asbestos has been used for thousands of years, largely because it's resistant to heat and fire, but also has a big downside as well. Inhalation of asbestos fibres can be very harmful. Knowledge of these dangers grew from about 100 years ago, but were brought to widespread public attention by a newspaper article in 1965. Legislation followed to ban the use of asbestos, and it was phased out from the 1960s onwards, though it was used up until about 2000. A complete ban was brought in 2005. But what does asbestos do? When you inhale the fibres into your lungs, it can cause asbestosis, mesothelioma, or lung cancer. Those are the main conditions that it causes, and these can cause you breathing difficulties or death. If you have breathing difficulties, your GP may refer you to a respiratory specialist at a hospital. They may diagnose the problem by carrying out a scan to see if there is scarring on your lungs, taking a lung biopsy, or a bronchoscopy. This will show whether you have asbestos fibres in your lungs. If it's found that you do have asbestos in your lungs, and you've worked with asbestos in the past, then you should seek legal advice. We would need to look at the employers you have worked for over the years and work out who has exposed you to asbestos during your work. Sometimes this can be a complicated process. Every claim is different. Some take only 12 or 18 months to resolve. Some can take longer if they're complicated. Because of the nature of mesothelioma, the court has a special procedure so that claims can be dealt with quickly. The amount of compensation you can get for an asbestos-based injury depends on how your breathing has been affected and other matters. We would look at your respiratory disability. The amount of compensation can be anything from £50,000 or more than £250,000, even for a particularly serious case up to £500,000 or more. It all depends on how you have been affected by exposure to asbestos.